as Colorado, we're not finished quite yet. Up next, we have a candidate for governor. Now, when we look at the governor's office, we've seen a lot of more of the same. We've seen a lot of liberal agenda. We've seen a lot of fee increases, a lot of tax increases, over and over the same thing. When you send the same people, you get the same result. Colorado, it's time for a new man with a new vision, and that is Dan May.
Thank you, Red Shirts. Thanks for being here. Are you ready for Bill Ritter to go home? Yeah. John Hickenlooper keep the job down at the mayor's office? Yeah. Yeah, that was a trick question, wasn't it? You know, we need to make sure that there's a unique team in Colorado. It's going to be called the Mays Hickenlooper team, because I'm going to be the governor and he's still going to be the mayor of Denver when this is all over, right? All right, now some of you are sitting out there saying, what is going on in the governor's race? You know what? It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. If they have to dig up 25-year-old nonsense about me in another state, if they have to dig up a $300 cash contribution and try to make a fuss out of it, you know what? I think they're desperate. I think they're desperate and they've got nowhere else to go because your voices are being heard for the first time in decades, right? Hickenlooper's another 4 years of Ritter, if not worse. This guy dances to the middle better than Ritter ever did, and he is going to go twice as far to the left as Ritter could ever imagine. And we've got to put a stop to that. Now, how can we win? Some of you, I've got this question a lot. And you need a path to victory, don't you? You can't see this. Well, if we don't want another Ritter, let me ask you, do you want someone who's going to legalize drugs in our state as your next governor? No. How can you stand and say you are a conservative and at the same time say you want to legalize drugs and endanger the health of our children in this state? That is not a conservative approach. Here's what we do. We downsize state government. We strengthen our energy industry. We cut taxes. Isn't that what Republicans are supposed to be about? That's right. So here's how we do it. You get behind Dan Mays. I'm not the perfect guy you thought I was a year ago, but I'm still way ahead of the other two. And you get behind me and you fight for me, and I'm going to fight for you. We started in Sterling at 7 o'clock this morning. Then we went to a candidate forum downtown Denver. This is our third event, and we have another one tonight. I am out there working hard. Will you stand with me? Yeah. You know what? We can't win them all. There's going to be some bitter, angry old Republicans who just can't get over the fact that there's a new boss in town. And we have to bring you along. I'm asking you, if your man lost in the primary, I'm asking you, humble yourself. Join us. We can and we will do this. You know, Hickenlooper has never, I don't need a podium, I need to move around. Hickenlooper has never polled above 45%, has he? No, he's been polling in the low 40s. This guy should be polling near 60% right now. If this is such a debacle in the governor's race, he should be strolling in, but he's not. He's still in the low 40s. Even with a third candidate, if we get 43 to 45% in this race, we will take the governor's office, and you have to take ownership of that. I'm asking you to do it. I'm Dan Mays. I'd love to be your next governor. It's an honor to be here with Chairman Steele. I met him a year ago at that very first event. This time at least I got to talk in front of him instead of right behind him, because that was a tall order to follow. Folks, we need to elect Ken Buck. We need to elect Stephen Bailey. We need to elect, where's Mr. Fallon at? We need to elect Cory Gardner. We have to elect Scott Tipton. We have to run the board this year, and we can do it. Don't sit on your hands in the governor's race. Don't opt out. What's that term they're using? Don't undervote. We cannot win if you play those games. I'm asking for your support. God bless you. Thanks for coming out today, and have a great day.
There is no shortage of passion in the Republican Party. I think that's what the P in GOP actually stands for. Grand old passion. That's what we're running on. It is my great honor to introduce our chairman. I'm going to be just very brief so we can have maximum time. Suffice it to say that I'm glad to call him my chairman and my friend. He is a leader. He is a visionary. He's doing the hard job, and we're winning. We're winning special elections. We're raising money. We've got just about every Democrat in the country on the defensive. That hasn't happened in a while. Here is one of the main reasons why. It is leadership that makes that happen. It is passion that makes that happen. And it is being in touch with the individual activists. That's why I'm so honored and pleased and proud that our chairman would be here with us today to show us what Colorado means nationally and to show us how leadership works. So thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. With no further ado, Michael Steele,
I don't do podiums either, so for all the microphones on here, I hope the voice will carry loud enough. But I gotta move because this is the time we move around. This is the time we get out in the community and we start feeling that energy, right? We start drawing it from each other and we start pushing it back out. We draw it in and we push it back out, right? That's how you win. That's how you organize. That's how you excite a base of people to engage in an election, which is the most important election in our lifetime. Why? Because it's not about what happened yesterday. It's not even about what's happening right today. It's about what's going to happen for these kids tomorrow. And that's what this fight is about. You've got incredible leadership in this state. Incredible leadership. You have incredible candidates who have stepped up to the front line to run. You've seen just a small tip of that iceberg for us. This is a great opportunity. And I'm excited to be here. It's exciting to be with my old friend. He keeps us out of trouble, I know, right? You're trying. But what's even more exciting is to work with the leadership here in this state one-on-one. The chairman, Dick Wadhams, has been doing a tremendous job. Really appreciate this. Mark Gilman, the National Committee man. Mark is a great, great leader as well. And Lily Nunez, your National Committee woman. Keep her in your prayers. She's had a little health issue, but I just sent her an email a couple days ago and she's all fired up. So, you know, she'll be back in the game soon. But this opportunity goes beyond what the organized party can do at this point. This is really about you right now. This is in your hands. This is the people's moment. This is the time where these phones are going to make the difference. It's the time when the doors you knock on will make a difference. The time the signs you wave, the voters you contact, the conversations you have at Starbucks or at Seattle Coffee or wherever you like to get your latte on. Right? Hey, get your latte on. Get your latte on? Chocolate. All right. Y'all get your latte on, right? Just one chat. But the question I have for you is, are you fired up to fire Nancy Pelosi? Yeah. The question I have for you, are you fired up to retire Harry Reid? Are you fired up to win? Do you have the passion to win? Because a lot of Republicans seem to have forgotten the travel we had, the road we had to travel to get here. And we cannot assume for one moment that just because polls are strong and in our favor, the generic ballot looks nice and sweet, and that people are saying nice things about Republicans right now. Right? We remember when they weren't saying some nice things about Republicans. You cannot forget what it took to get here. You cannot forget the hard work and some of the crap you had to go through to get here. I break it down, I'm sorry. Don't forget that. Store that in there, in that heart. Because that you're going to need in the next 34 days to finish this fight. You watched a couple of the candidates for Congress come up here. You have a chance for a clean sweep here in this state. Do you realize that? Do you know how important that is? Congressional candidates, come on up. Come on, let's come on, round two, guys. Candidates, congressional candidates, come on up. Whoever's here, just come on up. These are good folks. These are men of the community. They come from you. They come from you. You're sending them to Washington. Not some bureaucratic control freak in D.C., not some bureaucracy within the GOP. You, the people, are sending these gentlemen to Washington. You cannot relax in this fight. How many here really think the Democrats are on the ropes? Oh, no, baby, they're not done. They're not done. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that faint. Don't fall for that sense of disorganization. Don't fall for that sense of, oh, woe is us poor little Democrats. Don't fall for that internal battle, that internal struggle. They unify like nobody's business when it comes down to election day and getting their vote out.
That's right.
We cannot be complacent in this fight, otherwise these gentlemen lose. They lose if we are complacent. So don't fall for the hype. Don't fall for this, oh gee, the Democrats, you know, boy, that generic ballot has Republicans in the lead. We are down until we've won. We are down until they can't get up again. You've got to complete this fight. You've got to complete this fight. It's like a boxing match. When you throw that punch and your opponent wobbles, do you stop punching? No. Let me ask, do you stop punching? No. That's when you throw your uppercut. And you've got two of your uppercuts standing right in front of you. So folks, this is serious. Those kids are counting on these gentlemen to get to Congress. All right? So keep that in mind. I'm not done though.
Round two.
I like your spirit. You got a Senate race you got to think about too, right? It's not just what's happening in the congressional districts, it's what's happening statewide. Now, Michael Bennett, y'all familiar with him, right? Yeah, the big boo. Now, you know, Michael can't seem to figure out exactly, well, he doesn't know, he can't help himself. But what we do know is that in order for us to retire Harry Reid, we have to retire Michael Bennett first by electing Ken Brown. So there's your mission. Ah, but wait, there's more. I'm loving the juice up here. Okay, so you got your congressional thing together. You got your senatorial